Hello, it's Seb Agoria for AQ magazine, and we are at the moment at Edinburgh, I think we say like this. I made a break of during 2 years, not making techno or house music, and after this break, I was thinking, what should I do now? Should I start again making electronic music and so working on a new album and new materials for that album, or should I maybe try to make a side project? Because I worked on a soundtrack for a Luc Besson production, and so I didn't have so much time to work on like clubby tracks and this thing, and so I didn't feel really ready to work on a new album. So I say, okay, let's try to collect music and let's try to make a new mix CD. And I was thinking it was not really useful and there's not really relevant to do again a new club mix, because every single day or week on every website you have a great podcast from a great artist. And so I say, what was the use to make a mix CD again with the music we can hear every night in a club? So I say, okay, I have to find my own music, my own tracks, and so I asked a lot of friends around me to make me listen stuff that I could have missed during this time, even if it was really old or unreleased, and like that I collect a lot of music, and at the end, balance release is I think a bit different, as you said. Um, is a landscape of the music I would like to hear at the moment. Sent like I don't know more than 100 requests for the compilation, and I was thinking, okay, we'll have like 50 or 60 approvals in the time, and I need to start to make the mixes. And in fact, they all the tracks have been approved really quickly. That's why the concept of the balance went at that moment, because I was like with so much music, so much materials, and I wanted to use most of them for sure, because I request those, and so that's why maybe sometimes also like you have just minutes of tracks, and because I really wanted to put this one too, and but it was not so difficult. Like I think I spent like 2 weeks for each mix, and the difficult thing is to find the best balance on all the on both mixes to after to get the flow and not to be too conventional, I would say, because as I said, making a mix CD nowadays, you don't have to be like in the concept of making a club mix. There is no use for that. So I made my own story. Like if my friend Francesco Tristano told me, I think something quite true about the mix CD. He told me, I don't know, Seb, if you realize that for the first time, a mix CD is not anymore linear but circular, because I start and I finish with the same tracks, and because the climax is at the exact middle of the mix, and so you can in fact listen the mix in a loop without having any rupture. And I think I didn't realize when I made that, but I found it quite true. Many people say, Seb, do you think that you take a lot of risk with this mix? And to be honest, I don't think so, because I think the audience can make the difference between me playing in a club like tonight, between 2 to 5, and for sure they will not expect me to play just electronica, and they know that I'm gonna play music to make them have fun and to dance. But I also think that people are interested to hear like a DJ playing club music during the weekends, to propose something else, that because we are all listening a lot of music, and we are all, I guess, open-minded, and it's like is what I'm doing with my label too. Like I can sign all kind of music, from classical stuff for Francesco Tristano to techno from Danton and Eeprom, or again sensitive and feminine techno from Clara Moto. I like every kind of music, and I guess this double mix represents quite well my vision. Well, Danton is coming from, in fact, at the beginning he was playing in a rock band, so I think you can hear that. And this is, for me, what I like in this album is like the techno album I've loved to hear this year. If I was doing an album this year, I would have loved to do something like that. Because it's they are like clever techno tracks, and also I like the way he sings, and I like the way he produces music, because he's a very talented producer too, most of all. And his David Bowie touch is the way he sings on, for example, on "Give Me Pain" or "Thanks for Nothing" is really inspired by David Bowie, and I really liked that. And I think I would have loved that we get more songs like this on his album, because it was maybe a bit too much techno, but it was his choice, and I can respect that. But he's a really talented guy, and he gonna play live during the summer on festivals with his band. So I think it's gonna be something exciting too. And I don't know if he's gonna put his hat, because he's always with his hat on stage. So we have also the Angel Clara Moto. So it's a good mix about the techno artists that we have. But she made a really nice album. I'm really happy for her. I met her at the Montreux Jazz Festival, because the promoters forget to pick us at the airport, and so we had like 2 hours to speak, because we were both still at that time with our flight case and records case. She was not really producing at that time, but we keep in touch during all those years, and she delivers a very feminine album, not to be the man, I'd say, but I think we can feel the sensitive touch, and she's really something a bit naive, something a bit different about the techno that we can hear when he's a man like with a strong kick, or you know, like the break and then the climax of the track, and it's a bit more subtle. It's more about the story of each track and taking you the album in an atmosphere. It's an album that you have to listen in a way to really understand how deep it is, and to see where she wants to go. And you have to meet her because she's a really kind person. About cycles, like we get electroclash. We got electroclash, like I don't know, 6 years ago. 3 years ago it was the time of minimal. 1 year ago it was the time of maximal. Last year it was the house music. So I think we can expect next year to be the techno, the real techno, like from Detroit. We're gonna I think be back with Robert Hood, Jeff Mills, loopy stuff, and what we can hear at the moment at Berghain, for example, the set of Ben Klock and Marcel Detman are really inspired by the early techno time, and I really like this because I think we missed that time about the rave parties, about people, about the underground aspect, because it was much more question of image during the last years. About everyone was really working on marketing about everything, press shot, gossips, and I think the techno from the beginning is totally different. We all didn't care. We were going in party without knowing which DJ gonna play, without knowing what kind of music we're gonna listen, and sometimes without knowing if the party will gonna happen, because most of the time we arrived and then the police was there, and I think the young generation didn't remember that, because they were fortunately not here, but the young generation didn't know that it has been really, really, really hard in the 90s or early 90s to organize parties. And so I think we missed that time where we were just going on parties and just to enjoy, no matter who will be the DJ, no matter what kind of music he gonna spin. And I think we should go back to a bit more to this.